Ji Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Hope you people are doing well with the help of Almighty Allah. This is Abrar Ahmad Bhatti. Today I'm back with the very first topic of management. Also, I would like to recommend a book of Griffin, one of the contemporary books on management, in which you can find latest examples of management concepts. So let's start from the origin of the word management, where it is categorized as manage, manager, and management, because these terms are interrelated to each other. The word manage, derived from an Italian verb maneggiare, which means to handle, especially tools. The word manager, derived from French word ménager, which means to keep house or to direct a household. And the word management, also derived from French word management, which means act of guiding or holding. The word later developed as management in 17th and 18th century. Inshallah, in the next lecture we will discuss about history, evolution, and role of theories in management. This slide gives a view of management in general, where it consists of four components, that is, man for manpower, employees or skilled workforce, age for time frame for each activity to be done, M for money or capital required, and ENT for enterprise or business. So manpower, age, money, and enterprise should be handled or to be directed or guided. We can say it can be known as management. In simple words, in business, we need to manage these four components to achieve our goals and objectives. Let's have an overview of definitions of management by different scholars, where different scholars from different disciplines view and interpret management from their own angles. The economists consider management as a resource like land, labor, capital, and organization. The bureaucrats view it as a system of authority to achieve business goals, where the sociologists consider managers as a part of the elite class in the society. But here we will focus on definitions of management by different management scholars. So the very first definition is from father of scientific management, Frederick Winslow Taylor. According to him, management is the art of knowing what you want to do and then seeing that they do it in the best and the cheapest way. One of the popular definition of management is by Mary Parker Follett. She stated that management is the art of getting things done through people. According to Harold Cohns, management is the art of getting things done through others and with formally organized group. And according to Peter Drucker, management is a multi-purpose organ that manage a business and manages managers and manages workers and work. This slide contains one of the comprehensive definition of management based on elements or functions of management. So management is the process of planning, organizing, leading or directing, and controlling overall resources of the organization efficiently and effectively to achieve goals and objectives of the enterprise. Let's try to explore this definition further. Firstly, management is the systematic process, or we can say scientific process, in which we perform four primary functions, that is planning, organizing, leading or directing, and controlling, and also five or six secondary functions of management, that can be staffing, motivating, communicating, coordinating, reporting, and budgeting. Here all these functions of management are performed regarding overall resources of the organization. Resources like human resources, financial resources, physical resources, and informational or intellectual resources of the organization, efficiently and effectively to achieve goals and objectives of the business. Now I need your more attention, because I'm going to make four other definitions by this one definition. Like first, human resource management can be defined as: it is the systematic process of planning, organizing, staffing, leading or directing, and controlling not overall resources but only human resources of the organization efficiently and effectively to achieve goals and objectives of the organization. Similarly, financial management definition: it is the systematic process of planning, organizing, leading or directing, reporting and budgeting, and controlling only financial resources of the organization efficiently and effectively to achieve goals and objectives of the enterprise. Similarly, one can define physical assets management, which is about plant, machinery, equipments, inventory, etc. Is the systematic process of planning, organizing, leading or directing, and controlling only physical resources of the organization efficiently and effectively to achieve goals and objectives of the business. The last, informational or intellectual resources, which are about patents, copyrights, customer list, knowledge of employees, even all the data of a company in hard and soft form, falls under MIS, or Management Information System, which can be defined as: Management Information System is the systematic process of planning, organizing, leading or directing, and controlling, communicating, coordinating only informational or intellectual resources of the organization efficiently and effectively to achieve goals and objectives of the enterprise. Now let's try to elaborate different functions of management. These functions of management, also known as management function or management process. Here different experts have classified functions of management. According to George and Jerry, there are four fundamental functions of management, that is planning, organizing, actuating, which means taking actions for the required activities, and fourth one is controlling. According to Henry Fayol, to manage is to forecast and plan, to organize, to command and to control, whereas Luther Gulick has given a keyword post-corp, combining both primary and secondary functions of management, where P stands for planning, O for organizing, S for staffing, D for directing, CO for coordinating R for reporting, and B for budgeting. But the most widely accepted functions of management given by Coons and O'Donnell, that is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. For theoretical purposes, it may be convenient to separate these functions of management, but practically these functions are overlapping in nature. Each function blends into the other and each affects the performance of others. So first of all, management has to perform planning function. It is the basic function of management. It deals with the future course of action and deciding in advance the most appropriate course of action for achievement of predetermined goals. According to Coons, planning is deciding in advance what to do, when to do, and how to do. It bridges the gap from where we are and where we want to be. It is an exercise of problem solving and decision making by planning about determining course of action to achieve desired goals, ensuring proper utilization of human and non-human resources. Planning is an intellectual activity and it helps in avoiding confusion, uncertainties, risks, wastages, etc. Examples can be financial planning, product and services planning, expansion planning, human resource planning, etc. The second primary function of management is organizing, which is the process of bringing together over all resources of the organization, that is human, financial, physical, and informational or intellectual resources, and developing productive relationship amongst them for achievement of organizational goals and objectives. According to Henry Fayol, to organize a business is to provide it with everything useful or its functioning, that can be raw material, tools, capital, and personnels or implies. To organize a business involves determining and providing human and non-human resources to the organizational structure or departments. So organizing involves identification of activities, assignment of duties, delegation of authority, and creation of responsibility. Coordinating authority and responsibility relationships by establishing hierarchy of the organization. Another very important function of management is staffing. Staffing has assumed greater importance in the recent years due to advancement of technology, increase in size of business, complexity of human behavior, emergence of diversified workforce, etc. The main purpose of staffing is to put right person on right job. According to Coons and O'Donnell, managerial function of staffing involves manning or staffing the organization structure through proper and effective selection, appraisal, and development of personnel staff to fill the roles designed in the structure. So staffing involves recruitment, selection and placement, training and development, remuneration, performance appraisal, and promotion and transfer. The another primary function of management is leading or directing, which activates the organizational methods to work efficiently for achievement of organizational purposes. Clear plans and sound organizational structure set the stage, but it requires a manager to direct and lead his men for achieving the objectives. So, leading or directing deals with supervision, which is the act of watching and directing workers and work. Secondly, motivation, which means inspiring, stimulating, or encouraging subordinates. The next example is leadership, by which manager guides and influences the work of subordinates in desired direction. Last example of leading or directing is communications, which is a process of passing information, experience, opinion, etc. from one person to another. The last function of management process is controlling. It implies measurement of accomplishment against the standards and correction of deviation, if any, to ensure achievement of organizational goals. The main purpose of controlling is to ensure that everything conform with standards. An efficient system of control helps to predict deviations from they actually occur. According to Theo Hamann, controlling is the process of checking whether or not proper progress is being made towards the goals and objectives, and acting if necessary to correct any deviation. According to Coons and O'Donnell, controlling is the measurement and correction of performance activities of subordinates in order to make sure that the enterprise objectives and plans desired to obtain them as being accomplished. Therefore, controlling has following steps: establishment of standard performance. Second, measurement of actual performance. Thirdly, comparison of actual performance with the standards. And fourthly, finding out any deviation, if any, to take corrective measures. Thanks for listening. That was all about management definition and management process. Hope you may get some benefit of it. At last, do subscribe and like my channel for instant notifications. Take care of yourself and others. Jazakallah. Wassalam.